Genuinamente Marco Chieri on my video, and today we're going to be talking about the Solana ecosystem report. And before I start off, I know I uploaded this video yesterday. It came out with no audio, so thank you, Louis, a great friend of mine from school. He's doing a lot of amazing things, so congratulations on graduating from law school. You're going to be a great lawyer. I just know it. Anyways, he called me last night. He was like, I was watching a video of yours and I wanted to, get your thoughts. And then it was a great video, but unfortunately there was no audio. So I forgot to plug in the mic. Hopefully there's audio now and hopefully you enjoy it, Louis. So thank you so much for always supporting me. And thank you for everyone that's watching these videos. The growth on this channel over the past year has been amazing. I think I started uploading more consistently, at the beginning of July last year. And we're almost at 1,000 subs. So thank you so much for doing that. Anyways, I mentioned I want to be known as an Ondo, influencer. I also want to be known as a Solana influencer. I love Solana, I love Ondo, and this is just an ecosystem report from Helius. Mert, obviously, this is his company. And they say many thanks to Lawson, Brady, Mert, and Jacob Creech. Also, Tisby, White Whistle, Uncle G, and K Dot. Amazing report. I suggest everyone reads it. It's 116 minutes. We're not going to be going over all of it. We're going to go over a presentation of what I think are the biggest, most important points. I mean, basically everything in here in the actionable insights, as well as some other stuff I was able to find. Before I start off, I also want to say thank you to Solana, or congrats to Solana for the first ever Solana staking ETF. It ended its debut date with 33 million in volume, 12 million in inflows per reg shares. It outperformed Solana and XRP futures ETF, but trailed Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs. This is kind of obvious. Obviously, most of the money is going into Bitcoin and Ethereum and their spot ETF, but I think Solana, this is a great start, and hopefully we get more ETFs coming soon from all the other great projects that there are. So without further ado, let's get right into the presentation. So I just want to start off with the first part, which is the network performance. And a lot of people, before I start off, a lot of people have criticized Solana because there's been outages and it goes down and they had to stop the blockchain basically. And Solana has achieved over 15 months of continuous uptime since February 2024, its longest streak since launch. So almost a year and 3 months, which is super amazing. And Solana consistently processes over 162 million transactions daily with a median fee well under a penny, even during peak demands periods like the T-Mania that we saw in January 2025 and the Malay token or the Libra token. So yeah, pretty amazing. It does so many transactions, so many transactions. It does more successful transactions than any other blockchain combined. So that's really impressive. And Solana is sufficiently decentralized regarding its validator sets, the ASN and geographical distribution of its stakes, and the multitude of different developers working on its clients. No single entity, developer, hosting provider, or country controls the majority of a stake and can halt the network. Slot times consistently average around 390 milliseconds following Agave's 2.1 release, while the network's stack memory usage has been reduced from 2.6 gigabytes to 124 megabytes. And we can see here the slot times. Obviously, the slot times have basically been cut in almost half. So that is amazing. Agave has had 7 already, updates, and hopefully there's more updates coming soon. Now, failed transactions. Not everything is sunshine and rainbows, and I try to be a partial, consistent YouTuber and person that kind of sees both sides. So Solana has a lot of failed transactions. So failed transactions continue to be a common point of criticism. They currently comprise of 35 to 40% of transactions on Solana. A failed transaction, however, is not necessarily indicative of a network malfunction. Instead, it should be considered part of the network's design to ensure proper functionality and user protection. This is primarily an issue of semantics, they claim. And we can see here the fate of failed transactions. At one point last year, around, a little bit before, April 2024, more than 60% on the rate of transactions were failed, and 16 million transactions failed. Now, since then, has lowered, right? So that's what we want to see. And obviously, it's not going to be perfect. No blockchain is perfect, and Solana is still in development. So I think as more updates come, as 5.0 starts coming out, and there's more happening on the blockchain, I think the transactions will still fail, but fail less, and that's basically what we want. And basically, when you go to any place to shop, your Visa or MasterCard or American Express, sometimes it fails. Sometimes like, error, blah, 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 like type it again. And this is basically what it is, right? Before I start this one, the economic dominance. Rev, or real economic value, is measured on the value that users place on using a blockchain. It comprises transaction fee and out of protocol tips, which captures users' willingness to pay for on-chain activity. To put it simply, revenue is to a business as rev is to a blockchain. So just wanted to give out that, that disclaimer. So rev is not revenue, is real economic value. So since October 2024, Solana has consistently outperformed every other blockchain in rev, generating over 550 million in USD in January 2025 alone. So that is super impressive. Solana commanded 81% of all DEX transactions across crypto in 2024, with over 890 billion USD in DEX trading volume for the first 5 months of 2025. Hopefully we get a trillion soon. Hopefully we get a trillion in the first 6 months soon. Giro tips comprise of 41.6 to 66% of Solana's rev, highlighting the maturation of MEV infrastructure. Local fee markets prevent fee contagion during Trump's meme coin launch. Solana's median fee was only 0.003 USD. So really great and really amazing. Solana ecosystem zones, and this is really good, fosters real economic activity, which says in Argentina, generating over 500,000 USDC in foreign direct investments. So, and more than 80 B2B partnerships. So congratulations, Argentina. I know Argentina is doing great, and hopefully they become one of the leaders in all of Latam. And Solana versus other chains. So since October 2024, what we talked about, Solana has consistently outperformed every other blockchain in terms of rev. Solana's rev peaked this year at 551 million for the entire month of January, 3.31x larger than Ethereum's rev, 166 million during the same time period. Solana rev reached a daily all-time high in January 19th at $56 million. So really impressive. Like again, when you're investing in all these blockchains, and Louis, I'm talking to you, I know he mentioned that he has Cardano. You have to see the numbers and you have to see how much money they're moving. And if a certain blockchain is not moving this much money, I seriously think you should, consider something like that. And this is the breakdown basically of Solana's rev. So we have Giro tips, priority fees, and base fees as well. And the average transaction fee. So Ethereum, high transaction fees, Bitcoin, high transaction fees, and Solana remains, close to zero, right? And that's what we want, 0.00, like really low transactions, and for everything that you're doing. So developer and ecosystem growth. Solana displaces Ethereum as a top ecosystem for new developers in 2025, with 7,625 new developers joining, boosting an 83% increase in developer growth. And Colosseum Breakdown Hackathon set a new industry standard with 1,412 submissions. So basically these are all like different projects or startups are happening, and this is the highest ever recorded for a blockchain related hackathon. And they have other events throughout all of the world. They have a super team basically operates in 19 plus countries globally, and hopefully the number increases. And we can see here, where we started, right? Wormhole only has 66 submissions. Now it's 1,412. So yeah, like it's so crazy what 4 or 5 years can really do to a whole blockchain. And then we can see here the Solana Mixer in Toronto. If you're in Toronto, I love Toronto. Love their King Street, Queen Street, everything, the Raptors. Definitely, if you're in Toronto watching this video, make sure to reach out to the Solana. And then we also have Mount Dow. Mount Dow is in Salt Lake City, Utah, I believe. So yeah, they have all all these great events all over the world. They have some in New York too, which are always amazing, and the people are so nice. Like they go out, talk to you, want to know a little bit about you, even if you're not in crypto. They just want to get to know you. So I think that's amazing. Anyways, institutional adoption. Franklin Templeton CEO called Solana one of the first institutionally focused chains. Multiple Solana ETF applications from prominent asset managers have a 91% chance of approval in 2025, according to Polymarket, and we already saw the first one. That is a staking, so I don't know if it's like a little bit different. I'm not really that into terms for that, but at least where there's a high percentage that there's going to be even more applications approved. So that's great. CME Group launched Solana futures with standard contracts representing 500 sols and micro contracts representing 25 sols. R3, managing over 10 billion USD in RWAs, has chosen Solana for its enterprise blockchain convergence, and major TradFi players have launched tokenized versions of their flagship money market funds on Solana, including BlackRock's Build, Franklin Templeton's FOBXX, and VanEck's VBuild. And then we have DeFi Innovation. So Solana's DeFi TVL hovers over 8 to 9 billion USD, second to only Ethereum, with 18% quarter-over-quarter growth. Ethereum, I don't think anyone's going to throw them unless someone catches up with the stable coins. So at least for DeFi, that is something that Ethereum really has. A lot of people like DeFi in Ethereum, so hopefully Solana surpasses them. Anyways, Jupiter Perps averaged 1 billion USD in daily perpetual trading volume in Q1 2025, commanding almost 80% of market share, right? Like all the metrics that I'm talking about, like they command so much market share. It is actually impressive compared to all the other chains. And trading blocks account for roughly half of all swaps, with Axiom dominating the market at 55.2% market share and generating over 9 figures in fees in just 117 days. So if you're someone that's making trading bots, build a really good trading bot, and hopefully, you start getting 9 figures in fees. JITOSOL commands around 39% of liquid staking markets, offering both staking and MEV rewards. The DeFi landscape has become increasingly competitive with new entrants such as Titan, Pump.Fun, 1inch, Ranger, and SolFi, among many others. And then we can see here, the Solana DEX, obviously, we know what happened in January, but, it looks like it's picking back up. Obviously, everything was crashing in, February, March, whatever, but it has since then picked back up in May. So hopefully we get to these ranges soon. And then we see here Pump Fund, Phoenix, Radium, Meteora, Alphinity, Radium Launch, Unstable, and Orca. And we see the trading bots daily volume, all the big ones, right? And if you're not using a trading bot, please use a trading bot. There's something I wanted to add. Give me 1 second. For those haters that just say, Solana is only bots that are trading, it's not real people, blah, blah, blah. For example, algorithmic trading accounts for 60 to 70% of overall trading volumes in US equities. And guess what they're using? Bots. So for those people that are like, oh my God, it's just bots, listen, like, I don't know what to tell you. If you think you're trading against real human beings, you have another thing coming to you. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyways, real world applications. So Solana stablecoin supply grew over 7-fold in 18 months from 1.5 billion USD to 11.7 billion, with Circle minting 1.75 billion USDC on Solana in May alone, and Helium Mobile surged with 300,000 new subscribers in Q1, while major carriers lost or failed to gain that many subscribers in comparison. And Helium is moving into Mexico. They're partnering with AT&T, so they're doing a lot of good stuff. Hypermapper has mapped 1/3 of the global road network, so congrats to them. This is actually insane. Over 540 million kilometers, with 160,000 plus contributors and Baxter's reports, an 11,500% increase in crypto payments, and a 50x growth in overseas buyers for tokenized luxury spirits. And I actually met the people at Baxter's. I wanted to interview them. I haven't had a chance to interview them, but really great people. They have a whiskey. It's called Burr Stearns. Really funny, and a really good tasting whiskey that I tried at Solana Spaces. Anyways, the Solana DEPIN ecosystem, they have great products. So I really suggest you check all these products out. At the end of the day, these are all applications that are there for you to use. So we have Andrea for Wi-Fi connectivity, bandwidth market like Grass Network, GPU computing if you want to use like GPUs, IO.net or Gradient Network, AI interface networks like Cusco, cloud gaming infrastructure networks like Shaga. I use Shaga. It was actually super impressive. And real-time positioning networks like GeoDNet. And we can see here, Hybrid Mapper looks great. It looks, and I use Google Maps. Don't get me wrong. I love Google Maps. I use it. But B-Maps looks so much better, so much refined, so much nicer, and much more accurate. Like these images are from the day before, last month. Like Google takes a while, you know, to upload and just overall. I mean, even where I live in Puerto Rico, you can't even access where I go. So, or where I live. So yeah, it's just something that's probably gonna be the future. So if you haven't used BMaps, definitely check them out. Helium data credits burned last month. We could see here a lot of people are burning on the mobile, and it means people are using it. People are using Helium and everything that they're doing. So if you don't have Helium either, go download the app. It's free. You could have like, I think it's like 3 gigabytes of data for the free plan. So, you know, go ahead, just try and use them. And ultra low latency mobile gaming via Shaga. I used it. I played what's the game? Star Atlas. I play Star Atlas, but these people are playing Halo, and I know they have other games that you could definitely play and check them out. And I think last but not least, infrastructure and compliance. So token extensions enable permission tokens on a permissionless network, including confidential transfers and custom compliance logic at the protocol level. The Solana Policy Institute was established to formalize policy engagement with Project Open, submitted to the SEC for compliant blockchain-based securities trading, and multiple independent validators clients are in development, in addition to Agave, namely Firedancer, which holds approximately 7% of the stake on mainnet, and Mithra, I don't know how to say that. And the App and Glow consensus rewrite is set to reduce transaction finality to 100 to 150 millisecond and validated profitability requirements from $800,000 to $75,000. So yeah, overall, really great. I love what Solana is doing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and you learned a little bit more of Solana and what they're doing. So thank you so much for watching. And as always, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.